History doesn't repeat, it rhymes. Every fortune, every failure, every bubble began with a story people believed. I'm the money historian, and this is how greed shaped the world. In the 17th century, the Dutch Republic was the richest place on earth. Its fleets ruled the seas. Its merchants controlled trade from the East Indies to the coasts of Africa. And Amsterdam was the city of gold, home to the world's first modern bank, and the center of global finance. Amid this golden age of wealth and progress, a small flower appeared, a flower that would change history forever. The tulip. The tulip came from the East, from the Ottoman Empire, and arrived in Europe as a symbol of rarity and beauty. People had never seen anything like it before. Its colors burned like fire, red, orange, and yellow blended together in perfect harmony. It wasn't just a plant, it was a living jewel, a sign of nobility and taste. Owning a rare tulip in your garden was like owning a piece of glory. But as history often shows, when beauty meets greed, madness follows. At first, tulips were exchanged as gifts among the wealthy. Then they were sold, and soon they were traded. Little by little, the flower left the gardens and entered the trading halls. It was no longer bought for its beauty, but for the promise of a higher price tomorrow. And that's how the world's first speculative market was born. By 1634, Tulip Mania had become a national obsession. No one wanted the flowers anymore. They wanted the paper contracts that represented them. Farmers sold their land, craftsmen pawned their tools, merchants abandoned their trade. Everyone believed tulips were a shortcut to endless wealth. Prices rose at unbelievable speed. At the height of the frenzy, a single tulip bulb, the rare Semper Augustus, sold for the price of a luxurious house on Amsterdam's canals, worth tens of thousands of dollars in today's money. Coffee houses were filled with people trading tulip contracts, bragging about their profits, convinced they had discovered a new law of wealth. No one planted tulips anymore. They traded promises of flowers that would never bloom. They didn't realize they weren't trading plants. They were trading hope and dreams. Then came that morning in February 1637. In a small auction in the city of Haarlem, a merchant offered a few rare bulbs. He waited for bids, but no one raised a hand. A few seconds of silence was all it took. It was as if a spell had been broken. Fear began to spread. The next day, prices fell. A week later, everything collapsed. Fortunes vanished overnight. Contracts once worth a fortune became worthless pieces of paper. The people who thought they were rich yesterday were bankrupt today. And all that remained of the tulip was its legend, a symbol of the most beautiful madness money had ever created. The Dutch government tried to contain the disaster, but trust was gone. It wasn't just an economic collapse, it was psychological. People lost faith in the dream of easy wealth and learned that beauty, when turned into a commodity, can become a trap. Still, the Dutch economy survived. A nation built on hard work and innovation couldn't be destroyed by one burst of madness. But the lesson endured, echoing through centuries. Every financial bubble begins with the same sentence: "This time is different." The tulip traders said it 400 years ago. .com investors said it in 2000. Others repeated it in real estate, crypto, and stocks. But the truth never changes. Greed is the same, fear is the same, and human nature never evolves. The tulip bubble wasn't about flowers, it was about us. About our strange ability to turn beauty into a product, hope into debt, and dreams into danger. It was the first lesson in modern financial history. A lesson that says, every time we believe money can grow forever, the flower wilts. And so began the story of the first financial bubble in history, the moment when beauty became more valuable than gold and money lost its mind. A story that repeats itself to this day. And here, our mission begins, because every coin, every flower, every story carries the same history. This is Money Historian. The story always ends the same way. The bubble pops, the dream fades, and what's left is the lesson we never learn. This was Money Historian, where the past explains the price of today.